A new guard was assigned at a railway station in a Russian town. On his first day of duty, while patrolling the tracks laid near the station for maintenance, he saw a man holding a large iron tool, unscrewing a flange nut that secured the rail to the ground. The guard apprehended him and took him to the police station for investigation. Investigating officer, do you realize how dangerous what you were doing is? You are accused of endangering the lives of thousands of innocent people. The accused. Such a serious accusation? How can that be? I was just unscrewing a nut that couldn't harm anyone. I've never hurt anyone before. Investigating officer, why were you unscrewing the nut? The accused. I am a fisherman, and while fishing, I need something heavy to hang from the edges of the net to throw it properly into the water. So as a weight, I tie this nut to the net. Investigating officer, why didn't you buy such a weighted item or try to make one yourself? The accused. Holes are often needed in heavier items for the net, and I am a poor fisherman. Unscrewing a flange nut is easier than buying or making one, and the whole town does the same. Investigating officer, what are you saying? This is the height of madness. What are all of you doing? If the entire village has stolen flange nuts like you, then the train will surely derail. The accused, no, that will never happen. We unscrew the nut on one side and leave the opposing nut on the other side in place. We take turns unscrewing nuts in this order so the train's weight is distributed. We learned this in physics lessons at school when we were young. Investigating officer, whatever it is, your actions endanger the train and human lives. And do all of you use these flange nuts for fishing by attaching them to your nets? The accused, my brother and I use them for hunting, and our neighbor uses them to make locks and bolts for the mayor's house and the police station. Investigating officer, what are you saying? And why does your neighbor do that? The accused, the mayor asked him to make new locks for his house and the police station doors, but the mayor didn't pay him. So he thought of a way to make locks without any cost, and nothing seemed better to him than train flange nuts made of pure iron. Investigating officer, no doubt he had no other solution. But when the mayor saw those flange nuts, did he ask the locksmith how he arranged the money and materials to make them? The accused, no, the mayor didn't care. He only wanted new locks, and he got them. Investigating officer, we thank God we discovered the whole matter before any major disaster occurred. I will issue orders to guard the railway tracks laid in this town so no one can unscrew flange nuts in the future. The accused, I don't think this will be a big problem for us because we can get flange nuts from the neighboring village. We will buy them cheaply from them. Investigating officer, trembling with panic and anger, he asked the accused, what are you saying? Do they also steal nuts like you? The accused, yes sir. All the villages around the railway tracks do the same. There are those who use them for hunting, those who sell them, and those who make locks with them. We are all forced to do this because we have no alternative resources. We don't even have money to buy the cheapest things, so for our survival we have to unscrew railway flange nuts. Investigating officer, if the government sets reasonable salaries for you, will you stop stealing flange nuts? The accused, I'm afraid, sir, that unscrewing nuts has become a deep-rooted habit for everyone. If you want to seriously prevent flange nut theft, you should educate people from childhood about what they should do when they grow up. Then, when young people's deprivation ends, and they get justice, work, and proper salaries at their doorstep, they will never think of stealing flange nuts. Investigating officer, I will write all these suggestions in my report, and then we'll see what the governor does. After that, the investigating officer closed the file and boarded the next train heading back to the capital. Looking out the window, the investigating officer said to himself, I wish we could decide quickly because the matter is extremely dangerous. Economic deprivation and suffering people can lead to a major disaster. Lost in these thoughts, the investigating officer saw a small child standing by the railway tracks. Joy was evident on his face. He was laughing and holding 2 flange nuts in his hand. Seeing this, the investigating officer trembled in panic and shouted loudly, Stop the train! Stop the train! But it was too late. A horrific crash sound followed by screams and chaos erupted, and the train derailed. The little boy had unknowingly unscrewed both opposing nuts. He did what every person in the town had been doing, but he did not understand the depth and consequence of what he was doing. That child was born poor, never went to school, and never attended physics lessons. The accident investigation report stated, the person responsible for the train accident is a small child, a victim of poverty and ignorance, raised in a village that steals flange nuts. Therefore, unscrewing the nut caused the train to derail.